Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, 6 a.m. My name is Emil. I'm going to do your morning Bitcoin, altcoin, and I'm going to cover some DeFi coins as well because a lot has been happening in that space. So I'm excited to do today's analysis because you could see a ton of our members in the Advantage side have been absolutely killing it. And I'm super happy and elated to show y'all, our community has been doing a fantastic job of not only securing gains, but being able to be consistently profitable. This is the one thing that we preach in our community is to be consistently profitable and especially to preserve your capital, okay? The rule number one of trading, guys, is preserve your capital. That's the first and foremost rule. Do not lose money. Rule number two is grow your capital. The thing is, you cannot get to rule number two unless you've strictly followed rule number one. And so this is the one thing that we preach in a community over and over again. So if you're the kind of trader who cannot get that to be a more disciplined thing in your trading system, you're just not able to break through that ceiling of being consistently profitable. You're sometimes making good trades, but more often than not, you're giving that up back to the market with your profit. Come join our community, okay? We have tons of traders in here who are doing a phenomenal job. Myself and Faisal, we're here to sort of show our analysis, guide the community in showing how we're trading. Of course, we cannot provide you financial advice. We have this written in the disclaimer right here. However, what we're here to do is show you guys exactly how we trade in the market, okay? And how we trade in the market is our goal is to be consistently profitable. If I'm taking profit day in and day out, there's no possible way that at the end of the month, I'm going to be quote unquote losing money, right? That's all I care about. It doesn't matter how much money you've left on the table. That is the next part of trading where you can really make your trading system efficient, where you don't leave that much money on the table. I think too many people too often get worried about all the things that they're missing out on, right? How much gains they could secure if they just held on to so-and-so asset for another hour or another day or another week. But they're not thinking the market in terms of a technical system, the market in terms of a money-making system where all you really need to do is take money from the market day in and day out, okay? So if you're interested in something like that, come join the Advantage community. We've now got a new website, all right, alphatrades.com, okay? We've pretty much transitioned everything over from our old name, which is Cryptosomniac. So you can go to thealphatrades.com right here. You can hit the products page. You can sign up. Once you sign up and hit this login page right here, you can sign up right here. Your dashboard will look something like this. All right. If you're an Advantage member, you will have Advantage membership, and you can join our Discord channel through that. Okay. So you can click the Discord channel, and then you can enter your Discord ID, and you can come join all the Advantage perks and memberships that we have associated with our Discord community. All the locked channels that you see right here, guys, this is all information for Advantage members, every single locked channel, okay? All this information we put out for our Advantage members. So I wanna show you guys something that we've been doing in the Advantage side, right? Of course, you saw the gains of what people are doing, right? Okay, but I wanna show you guys, here's one of our trades that we entered link spot right around $8.39 on average, okay? And you could see, I think we're up like 35% or something on this. How much is it? Oh, I'm sorry, totally off. 60%. We're up 62%, guys. So we've been absolutely killing it on Link. There's some other altcoins that our community has been trading. Again, if you want to know what those are, come join the Advantage membership. All right, the link is below. Until then, let's get started on the analysis, okay? So let's start off with Bitcoin, all right? I think on Bitcoin, this is something that I see going on, which is these are the important levels in my opinion, okay? So this key marker right here, okay, I think that's an important level because you can see right there, let's change this to Let's change this to black. Okay, so I think that key marker right there, support, resistance, support, and then support. All right, as long as we stay above this marker, in my opinion, I think we're probably going to push back up. Now, what we definitively need is a close above 11.9, which is, pretty much this marker way the heck up here. All right. Once we start seeing a close on, say, a multi 1 hour basis or a 4 hour basis, I think we've effectively opened up the door for $12,200 and beyond. But until then, I think this is probably going to chop around here. There's not really, you can't definitively say that we're going to, start breaking up and ripping up from here. But I do think the odds are pretty good. Okay. Especially if you actually take a look at this chart from a 4 hour perspective. So let's delete this, right? I think on the 4 hour perspective, this is a little bit more visible. Okay, this key SR level, all right here. Oops, let's grab a different rectangle. This key SR level right here in this blue box, all right, you can see that was resistance, 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 flipped into support, right? We broke through with this big sell-off that we had. Again, resistance right there, push through again, support. Okay, so now all we really have to do is just start pressing up from here. As long as we start pressing up from here, I'm fairly confident that once we make it above that 11.9 marker, we're probably going to launch at least to 11,200. And the reason I say 11,200 is if you look at this key marker around R1, that's just above this key high, which is, I think 12,175. Okay, so I'm thinking, that 12.2 marker is probably going to be a big magnet for price. Even if we look at the volume right now, I like the volume with these candles. Okay, these kinds of dojis is what you want to see as price comes into the support, which is this blue box. Why? Because what that's effectively saying is, okay, there's not impulsive candles like these big ones that you see right here, right? In fact, it's actually smaller tidal candle spreads right there with declining volume. Okay, so if you look closely right here, the volume is really tight and decreasing. So I like dojis like this because what that's effectively saying is buyers are guiding the price into support, sellers are selling, but the buyers are buying, right? And so the impulsive selling, if there is any, it's getting bought up, it's getting absorbed. And so what you want to see out of this is a nice pop, okay? Get that nice pop of a candle, close above 11.9, and you've effectively opened the doors to 12,200 and beyond. If we simply turn on the pivots, you could see the targets beyond, this level is once you get above this 12.2 marker, I mean, you've opened up the doors to 13,200 and way the heck up here around $14,400. So this is one marker that I've been talking about for a little while. Okay, so let's go on a weekly basis first. Okay, so last week, actually several weeks, I've been talking about this key marker, okay, which is the 11,483. If you look horizontally across the board for the last, almost 2.5 years or so, we have not closed a single candle above this marker. Okay, so let me highlight that just to make it clear. This is the marker that we're looking at. We have not closed a single candle above that. You can see across the board, right? This is literally the last, well, technically, this is the last candle that we've closed way the heck up here. Everything after that, everything from here, January 15th, 2018 down, we've closed under. So you can see today in about 12 hours or 13 hours or so, when this candle closes right here, it will be very significant. It will be one of the largest closes or the best closes that we've had above a key level that we have not had for almost 2.5 years. And I think that's very bullish. I think if that happens, at the very least, that opens up the doors to $13,900, which is this key wick right here that we had in June 2019. Again, that's at the very least, that will open up that door. Beyond that, I mean, of course, we could probably get to this, 19, 20,000 all-time high that we had in December 2017, but I'm going to take it one step at a time. First of all, we need to actually close today's weekly candle above this marker. Then the follow-up to that is the following week, we need to start pressing up. You can't just close the candle above and then the following candle just torch everything down. It's happened before, right? Here's what happens, okay? I think too often traders get a bit too hypnotized by the fact that the candle looks like it's prematurely about to close above the marker, just like this one did, or this one tried to last week, until about Saturday last week, Saturday night. This was way the heck up here around 12,000, and then by Sunday, look, it closed almost $1,000 lower, right? So this is what happens. So one, we got about 12 hours to go, okay, in this weekly candle. And then after that, we need continuation. We need follow through. We need volume coming in, okay? These are the things that you want to see in bullish uptrending movements. You don't just want to see a random one-off candle up here, and then the following candle is a big bearish one, okay? So the one thing that I've been talking about is, how do you as traders capitalize on movements like this in Bitcoin? Well, I think there's a couple things that I've mentioned before, okay? So I've written a big note in the Advantage side to my members, way the heck back here. So by the way, if you're not familiar with the Advantage community, I have this Advantage announcements channel. This is where I post videos that, like the one you're seeing right now, twice a day. Okay, I post videos for our Advantage members twice a day, and I post numerous updates in the respective Bitcoin channel or altcoin analysis channels to show people exactly what I'm watching in the market, what I'm trading, where I'm looking to get in, where I'm looking to get out. Okay, so here's kind of the thing that I posted. Let me see here. Let's see, was this the note? I posted a big note somewhere over here. I don't know where it is. Let me see if it's over here. It was an important note because what I was effectively noting and mentioning is the fact that how do you play Bitcoin and altcoins? Okay, so this was the note effectively, all right? So what I was talking about is when Bitcoin is in this rangy, kind of choppy, mode, right? How do you play the rest of the market? Well, I think there's a few things that I've found out, all right? I think now there's a bifurcation in how crypto has been segmented. I think number one, it's Bitcoin. Number two, then there's altcoins. And I think in altcoins, there's two segments to it. I think there's altcoins that typically follow Bitcoin, which is, they have a strong correlation with Bitcoin. And I think those altcoins are the old guard altcoins, the big cap altcoins like Ethereum and XRP and LTC, Bcash, all these other ones, right? Then there's the third segment, which is DeFi. I think DeFi is sort of its own animal in a sense. And I think it trades fairly uncorrelated to Bitcoin, sometimes negatively correlated, but fairly uncorrelated. So in this note that I'd written to my Advantage members, what I'd written was, okay, when Bitcoin is breaking out or when Ethereum is breaking out, you're going to want to stay away from DeFi because I think that is where the negative correlation comes in. When Bitcoin moves up, I think DeFi takes a break or it starts bleeding down. When Bitcoin takes a break, okay, and again, when I mean Bitcoin, I'm saying Ethereum with it, right? Because Bitcoin and ETH pretty much move together. In fact, sometimes Bitcoin leads the movement up and sometimes Ethereum leads the movement up. So you actually want to be paying attention to both. Like if you actually look at the chart, okay, if we even did like a correlation chart, so let's do something like this, right? So let's say we're going to make both of them lines. So look, this is BTC, this is ETH. You could literally see the entire movement. They're almost stuck to the hip, right? Sometimes one leads and the other follows. Sometimes, vice versa, right? So the point is, you want to be paying attention to ETH USD pair. I think it's a very important pair to watch out because sometimes it gives you a really good leading signal that if ETH starts breaking out, I think it gives you like a lag of like 15 minutes, maybe sometimes even 30 minutes. And that means when ETH is breaking out, Bitcoin is not too far behind. Okay, so I think that's one of the tips and tricks that you could utilize in this market. So the tip is, number one, watch ETH and BTC together. They move together, the big caps move with Bitcoin. All right. Number two, when Bitcoin and ETH are moving up, DeFi is not going to do so well. Yeah, there might be a few coins here and there that are really small caps, on some obscure exchanges that might do well. But I think what you want to do in those situations is you want to follow the big dog, right? When BTC and ETH are leading, there's so much volume and money coming into the market. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, right? So the way I see it is, when Bitcoin and Ethereum show you that they have strength, follow those. Stay away from DeFi. When you start seeing weakness or sideways choppiness in Bitcoin and ETH, then you can start jumping into DeFi. Alternatively, the way I see it, you could also start building positions. When Bitcoin is moving sideways or bleeding, there's going to be opportunities where DeFi coins are starting to break out. So that's where you could buy breakouts. When Bitcoin is pushing up, put some of your money in Bitcoin. Again, not investment advice. This is what I do. I would put money in Bitcoin and I would start riding those trades. And then at the same time, as DeFi bleeds while Bitcoin goes up, I start building positions in DeFi, right? And this way you're effectively buying the bleed. And then when eventually Bitcoin cools off, this is what happens, right? So you could see right here, okay? So let's take Link, for example, right? Link is clearly DeFi, right? It's a DeFi token. So I think Link was somewhere around like maybe, this area, slowly grinding up. But then as Bitcoin was pushing up, Link kind of took a breather right here for several days, as you can see. And then when Bitcoin started to move sideways right here and start bleeding down like it did over here, you can see Link took off. Okay, so this is how I started building my position. Okay, again, all this information I made available to our Advantage members weeks ago. So if you were part of Advantage community, you would have made it, ton of gains, right? Again, whether you want to pull the trigger on your trade or not, that's not the point, right? I'm showing you the analysis of how I look at the market. So that's kind of, how I think you could best play the market is separate BTC and altcoins and separate DeFi. Okay, when one goes up, the other tends to, move sideways and go down. Okay, all right, let's get back to the analysis. So again, like I said, weekly chart, what we're effectively looking for is a movement, or rather first a close above this marker, 11,483. Then we can, have our doors opened up to 13,900 and beyond. When it comes to Link, I do think that Link is a bit overextended. Now, of course, it could keep going up, but again, I'm still in my long position. I think I took profit somewhere around like 11.5. It was a little bit early, but hey, profit is profit, right? Never knock on yourself for taking profit, because no one ever went poor by taking profit. Okay, no one ever went broke by taking profit in markets. That's just a general rule of thumb. Let me see here. So remember I stated that 11.9 was one of the markers that you want to watch for a 1 hour, 4 hour close above. Alternatively, you can also watch this blue line, right? If you start seeing a strong breakout above this blue line right here, which is around 11,738, I think on most exchanges, like this is Finex, I think on most exchanges that's like 11,755, I want to say. So you start seeing a big breakout above and through 11,755, and I think you might be in for a ride to the upside. The way I'm looking at the market right now is I don't think I want to short. I think it's silly to short. There's way more money to be made buying pullbacks on longs. Now listen, I'm not afraid to short. You guys saw me short for like 55 days all the way down this stretch, right? I flipped long right around here when this was, I think, July monthly open area right around here. This is effectively, once that got flipped into support, I went long right here. I went long right here. I mean, I've gone long multiple times, right? And I'm still long, by the way. So the way I see it is, I don't think the market is ready to break down. I think that there's much more to be coming unless we start seeing a breakdown below, first of all, this key marker, which is 11,070 or 11,050. Or especially this kilo right here around 11, not 11, I guess that's 10,550. I don't see any reason to be shorting. Okay. In fact, I would figure that every pullback that you get could be a longing opportunity. I think that's where the money is being made right now. Okay. So we checked out ETH, checked out Ethereum, and Link. Let's check out Tezos. So we're also in a Tezos trade, FYI. Okay. We actually were in Tezos, I think, from 308, so somewhere around here. You can see we hit the first target. This was our first target right here, 359. We hit that dead on. Now, I think once we start breaking through that level, to be honest, I think from here, we should start breaking up above, $4 and, $4.50. Those are some of my big targets for Tezos. Okay. So again, all this information I'd given out to our Advantage members several weeks ago. Okay. Even we're also in a BNB trade. All right. Let's check out BNB. Again, we entered BNB right here, as you can see. First target hit. That first target was 18.25%. Next big target is way the hell up here around 2640, which is a 44% gain. So in the Advantage side, guys, we've been absolutely crushing it. Make sure you join. Hit the thumbs up if you do enjoy our content. But yeah, I think I've pretty much covered all the bases of everything we need to look at. I think it's best to be long, in my opinion, or at least I'm long. You do whatever you need to do. I think money is being made in the long side of the market rather than short. I think the rotations of what I stated about Bitcoin going up versus DeFi either moving sideways or going down, I think are the best ways to trade different trends in the market. And I think if you do that properly, I think you'll be successful. And if you want more guidance, more analysis, more information, come join the Advantage community. Leave us a comment, leave us what you're trading, and I want to hear from you, all right? That's it, guys. Take care. Cheers. Have a good rest of your Sunday.